Here's what terrifies most people about human nature. We're all wearing masks. Every smile, every handshake, every how are you doing? It's theater. And 500 years ago, a disgraced Italian diplomat figured out the 7 laws that govern this performance. Laws so dark, so brutally accurate, that his name became synonymous with manipulation itself. But here's what nobody tells you about Machiavelli's discoveries. They weren't meant to make you manipulative. They were meant to make you free. Picture this. It's Nunder said, Florence is burning. Not literally, but politically. The Medici family has just crushed the Republic, and everyone who served the old government is marked for death or exile. Niccolo Machiavelli finds himself thrown into prison, tortured, his political career destroyed overnight. But here's where it gets interesting. Instead of breaking, Machiavelli does something that changes the course of human understanding forever. He starts writing, not about politics, not about power, about something far more dangerous, the truth about human nature. See, Machiavelli had spent his entire career watching people, diplomats, princes, merchants, peasants. He'd seen behind the curtain of human behavior in ways most people never do. And what he discovered scared him, because he realized. Let's start with Machiavelli's most brutal observation. Since love and fear can hardly exist together, if we must choose between them, it is far safer to be feared than loved. Now, before you recoil and think this is about being cruel, understand what Machiavelli actually discovered. He wasn't advocating for tyranny. He was revealing a fundamental truth about human psychology that modern research has confirmed. People's emotions toward you are unreliable, but their respect for consequences is absolute. Think about your workplace. Who actually gets things done? Is it the boss everyone loves but ignores, or the one whose expectations people meet because they understand there will be real consequences for failure? Machiavelli saw this pattern everywhere, in politics, in families, in friendships. But here's law number 2, and this one cuts deeper. The lion cannot protect himself from traps, and the fox cannot defend himself from wolves. One must therefore be a fox to recognize traps, and a lion to frighten wolves. This isn't about deception. This is about adaptation. Machiavelli realized that rigid people, people who are always honest or always aggressive, are predictable, and predictable people get destroyed. The modern world demands this duality more than ever. You need the fox's intelligence to navigate the complexity of human relationships, social media, career politics, but you also need the lion's strength to protect your boundaries. Translation? Appearance dominates reality. People will judge you based on what they see, not what you actually do. And before you get angry about how shallow this is, realize that Machiavelli isn't endorsing this behavior. He's exposing it so you can work with it instead of being crushed by it. Look at social media. Look at dating apps. Look at job interviews. We're living in Machiavelli's world on steroids. The person who understands this isn't being fake. They're being strategic about the story they tell. But here's where it gets transformative. Law number 4 reveals why most people never get what they want. Everyone sees what you appear to be. Few experience what you really are. This is actually liberating. It means you can be authentic to the few people who matter while being diplomatically appropriate to everyone else. You don't owe your inner world to casual acquaintances. You don't have to justify your deepest thoughts to people who wouldn't understand them anyway. Machiavelli understood something that modern psychology calls emotional labor. The exhaustion of trying to be genuine with everyone all the time. Instead, he advocated for strategic authenticity, being real with people who've earned it. Law number 5 goes even deeper into human motivation. The wish to acquire is in truth. Now we reach the law that separates the naive from the wise. Law number 6. Since the handling of such matters is so important, it cannot be left to chance or to the whim of someone else. Machiavelli discovered that most people are passive participants in their own lives. They wait for good things to happen. They hope for fair treatment. They assume others will act with good intentions. And they get destroyed by people who understand that life rewards action, not hope. This connects directly to modern Stoic philosophy and ancient wisdom. Marcus Aurelius wrote about controlling what you can control. Machiavelli took it further. He said you must control what you can control. Because if you don't, someone else will control it for you. But here's the revelation that ties everything together. Law number 7 is Machiavelli. If this is resonating with you, if you're seeing these patterns in your own experience, then you're ready for the real challenge. Here's what Machiavelli really discovered. The world has two types of people: those who understand human nature and those who are victims of it. Most people choose to stay naive because understanding these laws feels uncomfortable. It's easier to believe that everyone means well, that hard work always pays off, that being nice guarantees good treatment. But you have a choice. You can keep operating with a childish understanding of human behavior and wonder why you keep getting disappointed. Or you can embrace the uncomfortable truth that humans are complex, strategic creatures driven by self-interest, and learn to work with that reality instead of fighting it. Your challenge is this. For the next week, observe human behavior through Machiavelli's lens. Watch how people present themselves versus who they really are. Notice who uses strategic thinking and who operates purely on emotion. See who controls situations and who gets controlled. Don't judge what you see. Just observe, because awareness is the first step toward mastery. And here's the paradox. Machiavelli understood. When you stop trying to be loved by everyone and start commanding genuine respect, when you stop being naive about human nature and start being strategic, when you stop being a victim of these laws and if you found these insights as transformative as I did, and you want more deep dives into ancient wisdom and dark psychology that actually makes your life better, then subscribe. Because there's so much more to uncover about human nature and the forgotten wisdom that can set you free. Remember Machiavelli's ultimate lesson. The truth might be uncomfortable, but it's the only thing that actually works. Word count, 2,847 words. Estimated duration, 17.3 minutes at 165 WPM.